Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and after a long fucking time away, welcome back to Kaiserreich. Legacy of the Weltkrieg. Now, I've done a couple of series on this in the past, where I start from the main menu and read all of the intro waffle and things for the nations. But since we're playing as the Netherlands, who aren't a major nation, they don't really have intro waffle for me to read, unfortunately. So you're going to have to do without that. But yes, we are playing as the Netherlands, and I'm not actually going to tell you what political or government or anything path we're going to be taking. I want that to be a surprise. But I will say this. One of our goals, because we have two major ones in this playthrough, is going to be to get Belgium back. The illegal false state that is Belgium. We are going to want to claim it again. And return Dutch control to Belgium, or as we know it, the Southern Netherlands. They've been out of the control of their rightful overlords for far too long. After all, if we can, we want to get that back, though how that's going to go is going to largely depend on how divided things are in Belgium as a whole. And you'll see what I mean later. It's also going to depend a bit on what government path we take, at least in terms of who our enemies will be. But beyond that, I mentioned we had a second goal. And for that second goal, we have to go all the way over here to Asia. Specifically to our colony of the Dutch East Indies. Which we are going to want, as our second goal, to keep the Dutch East Indies under Dutch control. As there is a chance of a colonial rebellion happening in the East Indies, which we will want to avoid. Colonial rebellions are generally not very good, as I'm sure you'll appreciate. Other than those two goals, I'm going to try to keep us out of major international affairs as much as possible. And because, just thanks to where we are, Germany and France are likely going to try to walk all over us, we are going to fortify the bejesus out of the Netherlands and just have our borders as defensible as possible, so that we can hold them off as effectively as we can with the limited manpower we have available. Although with that being said, at some point we're going to want to go up to extensive conscription. And we're probably going to have to get the manpower we'll need to fight any inevitable war, but we can't do that while we're at peace and have low war support. That's a matter for another day. As you can also see, we start out as the Netherlands with a fairly small army, only about 8 divisions, but I'm going to go ahead and assign them a general and a field marshal.
Gereed, commandant!
And for the moment, they can just stand around our core region and train. Just train the army. That's all we're gonna do with them. I will start recruiting a few more divisions. We won't have the manpower to get very many more, but we want at least a few. Fortunately, we don't need Marines because I'm not going to be mounting any naval invasions. Given our location, we're not about to be conquering the British Isles or anything. Though I know some people who have done that in the Netherlands, I am not nearly that effective. Plus, it's been a while since I played this. We'll just go with this division. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but it's basically infantry with supporting artillery. We'll have 3 of them coming in at a time.
See?
Over here in Brabant, North Brabant rather. And we can just cancel or pause that when our manpower gets too low, I think. Let's see. A couple of fleets sitting over here. Submarines, and a smaller one with 1 battleship, 3 cruisers, and 10 destroyers. Probably gonna want to go heavy on the Navy, honestly. Given that we may need one in future. I'll just build a bunch of these right here for the moment, though. More dockyards can come later. For the moment, that, and also some more military factories. Alright, with that sorted though, it's time to move on to our research options, so we're gonna need to do some research. And as I always do, I'll start with our industrial research so that we have more production, can crank out more stuff. Meaning basic machine tools and construction 1, along with electronic mechanical engineering, so we can get down to radios and computers. We're gonna want that decryption after all. Next thing on the list, we're running a severe steel deficit since I am starting to jack up our warship production from the beginning. We have a few options for who we can trade with. South Africa's apparently our best bet here. Interesting. We'll go for 8 steel. That's not quite the 10 we need, but a deficit of 2 isn't that bad. National focus. The ones over here are to do with our political system, which I'll get into when events make it relevant, but that'll happen through events and just automatically unlock them, basically. All of that. Black Monday, which is the Kaiserreich equivalent of the Great Depression, only worse. That hasn't happened yet. Okay, so I'm thinking we want to go down the army route for our first focus, and down defense from there, because the defense tree gives us some nice advantages. Especially when it comes to the plan that I was talking about with basically making the Netherlands into a fortress. Because if we go down this enough, we can get more mobilization speed, more population. As well as a few very special decisions. More fortresses. That's along the coastline to defend our borders. Better artillery bonuses. Stuff, and like I said, even some decisions to let us flood parts of our country to defend it better. Which, unless I'm misremembering my history, isn't that a thing that the Belgians did during World War I? Flood part of the country and stop Germany from totally taking it over? I seem to remember that being a thing they did. Anyways, we're going for Dutch army first. The Netherlands does not need anyone to tell them about how to manage an effective military. All the same, with the fell winds of conflict on the horizon, it is important that we give greater thought to the long-term future of our army. It will give us a little more military experience, but more importantly, unlock our ability to go down this route on the focus tree. Unfortunately, we currently don't have enough civilian factories to create an intelligence agency, so that's going to have to wait. It's going to have to wait. However, with all our initial setup done, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. We'll pick up next time and hopefully get things going a little bit. So, I hope to see you then, everybody. And thank you for watching. It's been Dark Phoenix Gaming, and I hope you will join me in the future for more Kaiserreich, among other things. I'm planning to have this start alongside a Let's Play series of The Witcher 3, so this will be the shorter one, obviously. So I hope you'll come back for this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time for when the series starts proper. See you then, folks. See you then.